Hi my lovelies, welcome back to Spontanix. Today's video we are going to be heading over to Reddit to react to some posts from the subreddit Am I Overreacting? And we're going to be telling these people if they're overreacting or not. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below after you watch this video and let's get talking. Let's get straight to the video. Am I overreacting, or is it not normal to use soap in the bathroom? I feel ridiculous even asking this, but I honestly don't know if I'm missing something or being gaslit. I'm a black woman and my boyfriend is white. This is the first white man I've ever dated, which is relevant because I keep wondering if I'm misunderstanding something cultural. My boyfriend does not regularly use soap when he showers. He says he rinses with water and that soap is optional unless you're visibly dirty. He will sometimes use shampoo, but body soap is inconsistent at best. He also doesn't always use soap when washing his hands in the bathroom and says hot water is enough. When I brought this up, he told me that I'm overreacting and that this is a white people thing. Seems like he's overreacting at the minute. And that I'm judging him through my own cultural lens. He said growing up, his family didn't obsess over soap the way mine did, and that my expectations are based on how I was raised, not on what's medically necessary. He said different ethnic groups get dirty at different rates, so he does not need soap as often as I do. Wow. This really threw me. In my family and community, soap is not optional. You shower daily, you use soap, you wash your hands properly, you use a bar of soap to wash your arse. It's basic hygiene. I've never had to explain this to an adult partner before. The problem is that it affects shared spaces. Our towels smell, our sheets smell faster than they should. I question his bathroom and backdoor hygiene because sometimes there is a poop smell when we are intimate. He insists I am imagining it because black people are too uptight about using soap all the time and using washcloths. He even makes fun of me for using washcloths. I've had to rewash laundry because things don't feel clean. I feel uncomfortable inviting people over because I'm worried the house smells off, even if he insists I'm imagining it. When I push back, he says I'm being judgmental and culturally insensitive and that I need to stop projecting my standards onto him. He says if I really understood him, I'd realise this is normal, where he comes from, and that I'm making it into a bigger issue than it needs to be. Now, I'm stuck questioning myself. Is this actually a cultural difference I should be more open-minded about, or is this just bad hygiene being dressed up as something deeper? I don't want to be unfair or ignorant, but I also don't want to live like this. I feel like his bad hygiene is negatively impacting my life, and I don't have any white female friends to ask. Am I overreacting for being bothered by this, or is it reasonable to expect soap to be non-negotiable in a shared home? You have every right to react this way. You're not overreacting. Everybody uses soap. Water just doesn't do the trick, and personally I don't really feel clean if I'm not using soap. It seems in this case that every other person uses soap apart from your boyfriend. It's not a cultural difference. Soap has been created to keep us clean. Your boyfriend has a bad hygiene problem that needs to be brought up. You're definitely not overreacting. Nah. Am I overreacting? My husband won't stop attempting to use OF even after I expressed it hurts me. My 27 husband and I, 25 female, have been together for 7 years and we have 2 kids and 1 on the way. He downloaded OnlyFans and was messaging women on there. He does not spend money because we share a bank account, and he knows I can see that he uses this website and other websites to chat with anyone that's free, and if they ask for money he goes on to the next one. I expressed this really upsets me and he said I won't do it again, and so on. I thought that was the end of it. Well, flash forward to today. I have to bring his phone to the phone store to get fixed, and he specifically said, hey, by the way, I deleted OnlyFans, so whatever you find in there should be fine. Now, I am more tech savvy than him, so I went in and saw that he had just logged out, not deleted it, and he had continuously been going on it. Now, I'm not saying that I consider this cheating, but it does hurt me a lot that he lied. He has always had a porn addiction, but to me it was random women that he wasn't messaging. I deleted his account and took screenshots of everything, and I texted him about a bunch of stuff that he won't see because I have his phone, but I don't know what else to do. I also want to know if I'm overreacting or if this is normal behaviour. Some more context is that I am not overly sexual and he is on a normal day. But even more so now that I'm pregnant and literally can't keep up with it right now. I'm exhausted and I also feel very undesirable and ugly, so it just makes it worse. When he has a wife at home, 2 kids and a baby on the way. That just messaging other women alone is... I'd say that is cheating. That is disloyal. He's not respecting you at all. He's ignoring your feelings clearly, and that is a massive problem. This is something that you definitely need to bring it up with him. Tell him everything, get it all off your chest. And if that doesn't work, then maybe try and get some therapy. Speak to someone on a professional level, because this is something that can't carry on, because later down the line it could potentially really ruin your marriage. Do what's right. Do what's right for yourself and your family. Am I overreacting? My girlfriend is pretending to be autistic and it's driving me nuts. A couple of months ago, me, 32 male, long-term girlfriend, 32 female, watched a TikTok about 5 signs you might be autistic or something like that. And now she's utterly convinced she's on the spectrum. Her reasons? She always felt she was different. She never had many good friends, only a trusted few. She routinely does things like cleaning. She always had very specific hobbies like animals and books. At first I thought she was joking, but soon she started beginning sentences with, as an autistic person, on a daily basis. Whenever she messes something up, she now says, oh, that's because of my autism. I don't always know when I do something wrong. She started sharing Instagram reels about how hard it is to not be like other people. She never had any problems reading faces, social cues or socialising in general. She's a very open and extroverted person. She enjoys clubbing and concerts much more than me. Now, whenever we go out and meet new people, she makes sure to tell them she's autistic right away, and it's insanely embarrassing to watch them slowly realise she's talking out of her ass. Yesterday, at a house party, a couple we just met came up to me and started asking questions about living with an autistic person. That made me snap, and I straight up told them she's not. When we returned home, I told my girlfriend to either get an official diagnosis or stop telling everybody about her autism, like it's a fun personality quirk, because it's embarrassing and frankly insulting to people with actual autism. She started crying, told me she doesn't need a diagnosis because she just knows, sarcastically thanked me for my support and went to bed. Today she got up and went to work without saying a word. Am I overreacting? Am I missing something here? She never acted like this before. She's usually a rational, mature woman. If she gets diagnosed, I'll apologise of course, but am I wrong to refuse to participate in something I think is either a lie or a delusion? She doesn't need a diagnosis because she just knows. No. For her to do this, she needs an official diagnosis. She needs to have the right assessments, because anybody can have specific hobbies. I have specific hobbies and I'm not on the spectrum. We all have routinely things that we like to do, like cleaning, and we have different routines on how we clean. It's not always indicating to the spectrum. Going around telling everybody else without a diagnosis, if she's really that concerned, she needs to go and see a GP. You're right, you're not overreacting on this at all. Am I overreacting for seriously questioning my marriage over a major purchase my husband made alone? My husband bought a $75,000 car last week without saying anything to me beforehand, and I don't know if I'm losing my mind or if this is actually as big of a deal as it feels. We're both doing fine money-wise. Good jobs, savings, no debt we're stressed about. We've always had joint accounts and made big decisions together, or at least I thought we did. This wasn't like his car died and he needed something fast. He just went and bought it, signed everything, and then told me about it later. When I said something, he was like, I make my own money. I don't need permission. Which, okay, I'm not trying to control what he spends on lunch or whatever, but $75,000 on a car feels different. It feels like something you at least mention to your wife before you do it, especially when all our money stuff is shared. The amount isn't even really what's bothering me. We can cover it. It's more that he just did it and told me after, like I wasn't part of the decision at all. It's making me feel like the partnership thing is optional for him, and that's messing with my head. If he can drop that much without a conversation, what else can he just decide on his own? I go back and forth on whether I'm right to be this upset. Sometimes I think, yeah, this is a communication problem and it matters. Other times I'm like, we have the money, maybe I'm being dramatic. Last night I was just sitting there playing some stupid game on my phone because I couldn't stop thinking about it in circles. I don't want to blow up my marriage over one car, but I also don't want to just let this slide and end up in a situation where he makes huge calls without me and acts like that's normal. That doesn't feel like a partnership. Am I overreacting, or is this actually worth being this upset about? Okay, it's quite an interesting one this. Since the wife has mentioned that they have a joint bank account and all their money is shared and put together. This is a bit of a communication issue here. Fair enough, he earns his own money and that's great for him. In a marriage, when you've got all your money assets together, it's vital that just communicate with each other on what you're spending, just so the other person know where that money's gone. It's a significant amount at the end of the day. This telling your wife after feels like there's a bit of a rockiness on the trust there, so yeah, I don't think you're overreacting at all. Am I overreacting for not wanting to talk to my mother anymore? I, 22 female, moved out of my mother's home without telling her last week. We had dinner at a restaurant on the 7th and she was keen on me getting my clothes and got me some toiletries. On the 8th I showed up with a friend to get my stuff, but she locked the door behind me and told me to sit down to talk. The thing is, her talks always devolve into her calling me and my brother ungrateful or brainwashed. One time she was so pissed at me, she said she smashed my head against the wall. This doesn't even include the years of emotional and physical abuse that she calls tough parenting. She hasn't spoken to me since the 8th and suddenly she texts me this morning and calls me. I didn't reply or answer. I really don't want to talk to her or let her see me again. I've also cut my hair off, and the last time I did that she called me brainwashed and hideous. I even told her to get my autistic brother some professional help, and her response was no, because then he'll get hooked on the meds. I feel kind of bad because at the end of the day she is my mother, but I'm not sure if I'm overreacting or if she just refuses to see the in her behaviour. The Again, you're not overreacting at all. She threatening to smash your head into a wall. That's a threat. That's just not acceptable. And I can see why you don't want to talk to her anymore, because the way she treats you is just not on. As I can see, there's a lot of people who have given you some lovely advice and have also said that you are not overreacting, and I agree with them. Now I am going to hop over to the subreddit off my chest and we're going to dive into a couple of these stories and again give our honest responses and see how it goes. Let's go. My white boyfriend has a weird obsession with black men. I'm a black woman, late 20s, and I've been dating my white boyfriend for about 5 months. What's confusing is that when we first started dating, he didn't seem racist at all. If anything, he came across as extremely woke. He was vocal about black rights, talked a lot about social justice, called out racism when he saw it, and made it clear he saw himself as an ally. That's part of why I felt safe dating him in the first place. But over time, things became uncomfortable as fuck. He is obsessed with the fact that he's white and I'm black, and I am not downplaying this. It started as jokes and turned into insecurities, and now it feels like a fixation. He constantly compares himself to black men in the most stereotypical, racist ways possible. He'll say that black men are more masculine, built different, or bring up penis size. I've pointed out countless times that these stereotypes are racist, dehumanizing, and harmful. He apologises, says he understands, promises to do better, and then does it again. What makes it worse is how much he projects this onto me. All of my exes are black. I've never hidden that. I grew up in a black community. My family is black. My social circle is mostly black. I've explained I used to date within my own race because it felt familiar and safe to me. Something most people do at some point. Ain't no shame in it. I've never said black men are better, and I've never compared him to anyone. He does it to himself, competing with some racist stereotype, and he refuses to let it go. He keeps asking if I secretly wish he were black. He asks if I'm more attracted to black men biologically or if I miss my exes. When he's feeling especially insecure, he'll sulk and say things like, I know you'd rather be with a muscular black guy, and keeps whining about it. None of that has ever come from me. I'm fucking exhausted. It feels like he doesn't see black men as individuals, honestly. Just stereotypes. By extension, it feels like he doesn't fully see me as a human being either. I've tried explaining how damaging that is, how it reduces my identity and my relationships to common racist fantasies. But every conversation somehow circles back to his feelings and his needs for reassurance. I didn't sign up to constantly reassure a grown man that he's enough compared to an entire race of people. I didn't sign up to be his therapist or his racial education resource while he keeps repeating the same stereotypes he claims to be against. And if I'm honest, I'm seriously considering breaking up with him. I've been feeling repulsed for the things he says. 5 months in, I'm already drained and uncomfortable. I care about him, but I'm starting to wonder if this is something that can actually be unlearned, or if this is just who he is beneath the woke exterior. I never saw this side of him when I first got to know him. What other weird idea is he hiding from me? I don't want to just keep wondering. I want to break up and put myself first and make it clear that it's because of the shit that he constantly says to me. The idea or expression, the feeling that I'm getting is that he has a fetish. I mean, it seems like he is fascinated by this stereotype and almost jealous. I feel like he wants to become a part of that community. You've mentioned that it feels like a fixation. That seems to be where the problem lies, because it sounds like a fixation as well. Honestly, I feel like you've made the right decision breaking up with him, because it feels like you were going through a lot of shit with him. If he kept bringing this up, you've done the right thing, and I really hope he seeks help. I feel like I'm too emotional. I'm a guy, 23 years old. I feel like I'm way too emotional as a man because I get teary or get that extremely uncomfortable feeling in the throat the moment someone talks rudely to me or shouts at me. I start crying at almost any show which is even slightly emotional. I feel like I'm very vulnerable and anyone can make me feel like shit or manipulate me. As a guy, there are some set standards or norms, like men shouldn't be that emotional and stuff, and I feel like I'm just way too emotional, crying and sulking at every other thing. I feel like I'm super naive and I trust people too easily, and then get played all the time. My girlfriend also cheated on me because of this. This is actually quite sad to hear, the fact that you feel that there are some set standards or norms, like men shouldn't be that emotional. I feel that's quite a sexist thing, that women want a masculine guy who is strong, who's, you know, opinionated. Most women are missing the fact that men do get emotional as well, and it is absolutely okay to experience those emotions, to have a good cry every once in a while. There is no harm in doing that. The fact that you've admitted as well that you are a very vulnerable person is a big step. You want to be listened to. You have been hurt by your girlfriend for cheating on you because of that, which is really, really low. I mean, it shows that she didn't respect your feelings, and I am really, really sorry to hear that. You're not too emotional at all. You're human, you have feelings, you deal with them, you know, the best way that you can. I just want to read this comment that this guy received under this from a very lovely user on Reddit. Brother, I wish I could get you out of that mindset. You're a man and it's okay to have feelings, but what you do with those feelings and emotions is what matters. You can let them get the best of you, or you can get the best of them. It's truly up to you. I know people will say that you can't help it, but take it from me, you can. It's so difficult and you have to push yourself to do things that you find difficult or uncomfortable. I used to be so scared to stand up and give speeches to large groups. I was always so scared others were making fun of me or thinking I was a fat joke. One day I told myself that I wouldn't let that feeling win. I chose to get up in front of 500 people and give a speech. I was so scared I couldn't even read my notes from shaking so much. But I made it through, and yes, some people were not so nice, but I didn't care. I kept pushing myself to do it over and over until I was comfortable and confident. The noise is just that noise. Don't let people belittle you or put you down. You're a man and you can do anything you set your mind to. Be strong, my brother, and push yourself to become stronger in those moments. Don't let it affect you. You've got this. You have got this. And I really do wish the best for you. If you have the right community around you, then you have got the right people that you can open up to. Right, my lovelies, that is it for today's video. As always, like and subscribe if you don't want to miss out on any more. I will be back again with the hack videos on Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your week and I will catch you soon. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Bye.